Hello, ThuNNA. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, hello, sir.
Nice to see you. How are you today?
I'm good, and how about you?
I'm really good, really good. Okay, and can you please tell me how was your day today? What did you do today?
Yes, I went to school, and today we performed over 100 schools in my city has performed at the same time martial arts.
Martial arts. Martial arts.
Yes, martial arts.
And do you like martial arts?
Yes, I like it.
And why? Why do you like it?
Because I think it looks cool and it can help me be healthier.
Mm-hmm. It can be healthier. Okay, you can feel you can be healthy. Okay, and what other activities do you like to do? What are some other activities that you usually like to do?
Just playing basketball with my friends.
Okay, and how often do you usually do that? How often?
I usually play it once or twice a month.
Once or
Uh,
twice a month.
one, once or twice a week.
Mm. Okay, because why? Because
Because
is it
every
fun?
week my school will give us a lessons and we have time to play with each other and it's fun.
It is really fun. Okay, very nice. And what other activities are really fun for you to do it?
Um,
What
I think
other?
that talking with my friends and share our lessons, our exercises with each other.
With each others. Okay, very nice. Now let's see. Okay, so we will start. We will start. We have here a lesson. Okay, our lesson is about you. Okay, now can you please tell me? Okay, just one moment. I want to share my screen. Can you can you please tell me? Oh, sorry. Can you please read the question number one and give me your answer?
Have you ever had to help someone who has hurt? What
Mm-hmm.
did you do?
So, did you ever help someone who was hurt?
Yes, I've helped someone who has hurt.
And what did you do? Okay, how did you help this person?
That when I was playing with my friends, suddenly he fell down from the stair and then he broke his arm. I
Mm-hmm.
took I took her to meet the teacher and call their parents to take her to the police to the hospital
And why did you do that? Why?
because she broke her arm and he can't go because it's too hard.
Okay, so he can do something like this. Okay, and how about? Can you please tell me how about some other things that you used to do it? Okay, so how else can you help your friends? What are some other things that you can do to help your friends? How can you help your friends?
I called the teacher and then called to her parents to take her to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the next question. Can you please read the next question?
When did you last have a day off school because you were ill?
Mm-hmm.
That's about last year.
And what happened?
That's what I was real tired and I can't go to school. Then I have to go to the hospital to check what happened to me, and I've had a day off.
You have a day off. Okay, and what do you need to do when you feel sick? What is something that you need to do when you feel sick? If when
I
you're sick.
will,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm sick, I will have some medicine to be better.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you will take some medicine that you can feel better. Okay. And when was the last time when you were sick? Okay. What did you do when you felt sick about the last
Just,
last time?
just about last summer.
Can you tell me what happened?
That's nearly the day I go travel with my parents. I
Mm-hmm.
got sick and I feel really tired about that. I can't go anywhere because I'm so tired. I have a headache and I feel real tired. I have no energy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you used to have this problem, and how did you solve this problem?
That my parents took me to the hospital to check and have some medicine to be better.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how often do you get sick during the year?
Just
Mm-hmm.
twice or three times a year.
And okay. And can you describe? Or can you write three sentences about the coronavirus? What do you think about the coronavirus? Can you write three sentences about this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've done.
Okay. Can you please read?
Conor McGregor is an Irish mixed martial art MMA fighter, known as one of the biggest stars in UFC history. He's the first fighter in UFC history and home both the featherweight and lightweight titles in simultaneously, and the first champion in two different weight classes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now let's see. And I want to ask you about sleeping during the day. How many hours do you usually sleep during the day?
I usually sleep about 8 or 9 hours a day.
Mm-hmm. And do you think is this enough to sleep? 8 or 9 hours a day. Do you think is this enough to sleep?
Not really because I want to sleep more.
Mm-hmm. You want to sleep more. Okay, very nice. And can you please tell me how about some how about for some other things? How many hours during the weekend do you sleep?
During the weekend, I usually sleep about um, 72 hours.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So and why do you usually sleep?
Um, I usually sleep because I want to have more energy to do everything, to study.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So this is the reason why you want to sleep for so many hours. And can you please tell me? Okay, we have here this part. Okay. Now can you please tell me? Okay. Now how many hours would you like, for example, to sleep during the day during the working days? So how many hours would you like to sleep?
Um,
During the working days, how many hours would you like to sleep?
I think I want to sleep about 11 or 12 hours a day
Mm-hmm. Because.
because I want to sleep more to have more energy. I don't want to wake up early in the morning and working and studying.
Mm-hmm. Working and studying. Okay, very nice. Now let's see. Okay, now we have here this part of the text. Can you please read this text?
Do you find yourself yawning all day at school? You probably need more sleep. According to doctors, teenagers have to get at least 9 hours sleep a night. However, it's
However,
not just
however.
however, it's not just how much sleep you get that's important. What you do before you go to bed also has a huge effect on how you feel the next day. If you spend time chatting to someone on social media or reading a book on your e-reader, you're not alone. However, you ought to reduce your screen time at night. Although scientists are only just beginning to understand the phone effects, the main message is that using devices like phones or tablets before bedtime is not good for your health.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so and what do you usually do before you go to sleep? What is something that you usually do, for example, before you go to sleep?
Um, I usually sit in front of the screen to playing games, chatting with my friends, or watching the movies.
Mm-hmm. Watching the movies. Okay. And what type of the movies do you usually like to watch?
Uh, I would like to. I'd like to read to watch some movies about
Mm-hmm.
science fiction, detective, about the cartoon
Mm-hmm. Because why? Because.
because they are too funny and I can learn anything, everything, learn lots of interesting about this.
Mhm. Okay, so this is something that can be really interesting for you. Now let's see, and okay, and for example, can you write me three sentences about what time do you usually you usually go to sleep, and what time do you usually wake up, and when you before you go to sleep, what do you do, and when you wake up, what do you do when you wake up? Okay,
Yes,
okay, thank you.
Yes, often.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can you please read?
I usually go to sleep at half past 7 p.m. and wake up at half past 6 in the morning. I go to bed so late because I have to finish all my homework, revise for the test, playing games, and chatting with my friend. On the top best is watching my favorite movies. I
Mm,
know it's not good for my health, but I can't stop. Then
mm,
I wake up at half past 6 a.m. because the class starts at uh, quarter past 7, and my house is quite near the school. After that, I brush my teeth, clean my bed, and have breakfast. Finally, I go to school at 7 o'clock with my best friend.
mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. Now, this is something that you used to do, that you're doing all of the things. Okay, and what devices do you use? Okay, so what are some devices that you use? Okay, do you like to use tablet? Do you like to use computer? What type of device do you like to use?
I usually the device I like the most is the phone because it more convenient. I can bring it to go anywhere with me, everywhere with me,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I can play any games I want on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what type of the games? What type of the games do you usually like to play?
I usually like to play antagonist games
Mm-hmm. Because why? Because.
because they are so funny and there's a skillful games, and it's also interesting for me that I can play with my friends.
Mm-hmm. You can play with your friends. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, and can you please tell me? Okay, what part of the games do you usually like to play?
Um, I usually like to play some games that antagonist game, and it's about gun
Mm-hmm.
um, or just something peaceful like fishing
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because why? Because.
because I play games just become so boring and I want to relax. I want to enjoy that game that the game that I play.
Mm-hmm. The game that you played. Okay, sweetie, can I go to the toilet, please? Please, can I go to the toilet?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so we will continue. Just one moment, please. Okay, now can you please read A and B?
On devices screens give out a large amount of blue light. There isn't a problem unless you want to go to sleep. This blue light affects the body's production of the sleep hormone melatonin, which can change your sleep patterns or circadian rhythms. So it isn't just getting to sleep that becomes hard, but the quality of your sleep also suffers. The result is that you can wake up several times during the night and have difficulty getting up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep is food for the brain, so not sleeping well can be a serious problem for anyone, but is especially bad for teenagers because their brains are still developing. When you don't sleep well, it can be difficult to concentrate at school, which makes it harder to learn and get good grades. It can also affect your mood, making you feel sad or anxious.
Mm-hmm. Anxious. Okay, so making. Okay, now let's see. Making the feel anxious. Okay, now let's see. And what do you think? What do you think about your, for example, your friends? Do they use technology too much? So, what do you think about this? About your friends? Do they use technology too much? So, what do you think about this?
The other thing they use the technology so much
Mm-hmm. They use technology so much, and why? Why do you think so? Why?
because they usually use their phones to chatting with their friends, playing games, or watching the movies.
Mm-hmm. And you? Do you think that you are using technology too much, or devices? So, what is your opinion about this? Do you use technology too much?
Yes, I'm using technology too much.
Mm-hmm. And what can you do if you want to stop that? Okay, if you want to stop using technology too much, what is something that you can do if you want to stop this?
It can take me a long time to stop using it, and just unless I go out to play with my friends, playing basketball, I don't use it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how can you stop this for using technology too much? What is something that you can do if you want to stop this? Okay, so what can you do?
I think I can. Have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what people can do if they want to stop using technology too much? What is something that people can do if they want to stop using technology too much?
I think that maybe they can do more exercises and don't play them too much unless you need it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that don't play too much. Okay, now and what do you think? What do you think about some other parts of technology? What other parts of technology people can use that is not good for us? Okay, so what is something that people can do? Okay, to stop using technology too much.
Um, I think that unless they are so busy that they can play games anymore,
Mm-hmm. Okay, play games more. Okay, and what part of the games do you usually like to play? What is your favorite games?
um, I don't play games so much, but I usually watching the movies and chatting with my friends.
Chatting. Okay. And what do you like to chat about with your friends? When you are with your friends, what is something that you usually like to chat about?
Um, I usually share my stories with my friends, sharing our lessons, our skills, our new words that defines it interesting.
Okay, something that can be really interesting for you. Okay, and what games are really interesting for yourself? For example, sorry, what is something that your friends usually like to play? Okay, what type of the games do you usually your friends like to play?
There's Lingwon Mobile, or you can call it Garena of the Valor.
hmm What can you explain a little bit? What is this about?
Um, and that you have to compete with the opponent, and there are five people in each team. You can choose the character to compete with them, and you have to win to rank up.
Okay, so this is something that you can use. Okay, now let's see. And can you please tell me how about some other games? What other games, for example, do you usually like to play? For example, with your friends outside. Okay, do you like to? I know that you like to play basketball. How about some other games? What other games are your favorite to play beside basketball?
I think that's badminton
And why badminton?
because I usually go out to play badminton with my parents in the weekend, and it's so funny to.
Okay, so this is something that can be really funny. Okay, and what games, for example, what other things people can do? Your friends can do. Okay, on mobile phones. What are some other games that your friends can do on mobile phones?
I can research for news information that I haven't known before. Chatting with my friends, um,
Mm-hmm.
playing games, or watching some movies that I really like.
Mm-hmm. Okay, watching movies that you like. Okay, very nice. Can you write me three sentences about your favorite movie that you used to watch so far? Your favorite movie. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes, I've
Okay,
done.
can you please read?
A movie that I like the best nowadays is Demon Slayer Infinite Tower. It is an anime film in an action, fantasy, and dark fantasy genres. It focuses on the fight of the hunter and demons. Despite its action and violence, the film still delves into themes of loss, grief, and the senses in a dark world when humans are attacked by demons.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. Now let's see. Okay, so now let's continue to the okay reading. Okay, can you please read C and D?
So it's clear you shouldn't use your phone or tablet before you go to sleep. Why not leave your phone in another room? You mustn't worry about your friends. Nothing on social media is so important that it can't wait a few hours. So you should rediscover paper books. and enjoy feeling tired and sleepy before bedtime rather than wondering why your best friend hasn't liked your photo. How will you wake up? You don't have to use the alarm on your phone. Go and buy yourself an old-fashioned alarm clock.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do you think about buying old-fashioned books? Or what is your opinion? Do you like to read books? Okay, like old-fashioned, or do you like to? Okay, what is something that you like? Do you like more about e-books or regular books?
Um, I like to buy like old-fashioned book, regular book.
Mm-hmm. And why? Why this type of the book? What is the reason that you like this type of the book?
Because I like the feeling when I holding old-fashioned book like paper book. I like that feeling.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because why? Why is that? Because.
Just because I like that feeling, the
Mm-hmm. Okay.
feeling when I'm holding it on my hand.
Mhm. Okay, very nice. And how about ebooks? What is something that is good and what is something that is bad about reading ebooks?
Reading ebook is good for you because it's more convenient and it's some of them are for free. You don't have to spend too much money on the book, but it's not have it won't give you the feeling as same as the old fashioned book.
Mm-hmm. Old-fashioned books. Okay, now that is understandable. Okay, so this is something that people know and they understand. And what do you think? What do you think about? Okay, what was the last ebook that you read about? Can you please tell me? Last, okay, ebook that you read about.
Actually, I don't read the ebook.
And would you like, for example, to read in the future? If you can choose, would you like to read in the future?
I think not because I like the feeling to
Mm-hmm.
reading a paper book, so I don't like to read the ebook.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So this is something that you like. Okay. And now, and when was the last time that you read a book that you didn't like it? Did you read some books that you didn't like it?
Um, yes, like about
Mm-hmm.
this
Okay.
morning, I've read some comics book, but I think it's not so funny and it's so boring.
Mm-hmm. And why? Why do you think so? Why?
Um, because it's from the stories in the past, and nowadays we just think it's so silly and we don't feel so funny.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is something that is not fun, not funny for you. Okay, now and when was the last time, for example, that okay, that you heard that some a book was really good for
Um,
yourself?
Actually, I haven't heard my book.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's see. And what do you think? What do you think about in the future? What type of the books would you like? Would you like to read in the future? What is the type of the book that you would like to read in the future?
I'd like to read some book that give me more information, more new knowledge about the
Mm-hmm.
u- universe, about our life.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is something that you definitely you like to read about. Okay, now that was really nice and really good. Okay, and what? Okay, and how about adventurous books? I want to ask you about Harry Potter. What do you think about reading a Harry Potter book?
Harry Potter. Actually, in a long story, I don't really like to reading books, but I like to watching the films, the movies that from the book.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's see. Okay, and why is that? Can you please tell me why is that? Because because is it fun?
Because it's fun for me about the effects. I can feeling about the effects more clearly and interesting.
Okay, sweetie, we finished our class. Okay, thank you one more time and see you on Wednesday. Okay,
Yes.
bye bye.
Yeah. Goodbye, teacher.